What's happening, all you highway hounds? I'm riding and guiding through the corn patches of Iowa. I love my job. So what does it mean when you hear people say Litecoin is silver to Bitcoin's gold? I mean, I'm assuming you know about, how Bitcoin is mined and all this kind of stuff. If you're not into investing in gold and silver, you may not understand the comparison there. But the gold and silver ratio, I don't know where it's at now, probably about 1 to 75. That means 1 ounce of gold is worth about 75 ounces of silver. I'm just guessing. I don't know where it's at now. It's gone anywhere from 1 ounce, 1 to 100 ratio, and it's been, up to, I don't know how, 1 to 125th, 1 and 125, I don't know. But people trade gold and silver based on the gold and silver ratio. And the actual supply of the silver and gold that's coming out of the ground, I think I looked at one time a few years back, and it was 1 to 8. So that's why a lot of people prefer silver to gold. And with the nature of gold being so similar, Bitcoin being similar to gold, kind of, in the way that Satoshi explained it originally, in his use of words like mining, and there are some similarities to it. It's fixed amount. You just can't create new gold. You have to go work for it. And there's a limited supply. So if you dig it all out of the ground, there ain't no more to get. Unless a chunk of it falls and hits the ground from outer space or something. But because that's where gold is supposedly made, or how it's made, creation of stars or something like that. So anyway, when Charlie Lee created Litecoin, he created Litecoin to be silver to Bitcoin's gold. And based on that gold-silver ratio, he created Litecoin to be a quarter of Bitcoin. And if you look at the supply of Bitcoin, there's going to be 21 million Bitcoins. And there's going to be 84 million Litecoins. So the actual ratio is 1 and 4. Okay, like gold and silver is 1 and 8. So to me, it makes sense. It's a good thing. I think go out on a limb. I think Bitcoin needs Litecoin because of price discovery. What Bitcoin is worth about $700 right now. Litecoin is worth $5 right now, and it's always been the number 2 in people's minds to Bitcoin. If you look on the exchanges, a lot of times they'll have Bitcoin and Litecoin almost as a standard, like a gold standard, gold and silver standard. And I think the cryptocurrency needs this. It needs that so you can kind of gauge, especially for those people who are big into altcoins. And I don't consider Litecoin an altcoin. I consider Bitcoin and Litecoin to be one and the same, because there's not much difference. Okay, I know that Dash used to be Darkcoin. Now that's all. That is for you can't track it, you can't trace it. And that's all fine and dandy if you don't want to be traced. I don't personally mind it, because all I do is buy and hold, and when I do sell, it's going to be long-term capital gains. And I'm not an anarchist or anything, so I don't mind paying taxes. I don't like being raked over the coals and paying 90%, or whatever, but, I think it's what long-term capital gains is like 25%. So when you buy a Litecoin, you can actually pay your taxes up front. Your state capital gains and your federal capital gains, at least in America. I'll buy 1.5 Litecoins. I'll spend, instead of spending $5, I'll spend $7.50. And that way, when I do cash them in, and I don't know, I've never cashed one in, I've never sold anything, so I don't know how it works. But I assume that the IRS is sitting right at Coinbase, tapping their fingers, saying who's selling, and if you got 1.5 and you just count it in your head as one Bitcoin or one Litecoin, you pay your taxes right off the top, because you paid that $2.50, and now Litecoin is worth $100, and so you cash it out, you get your $150, you pay your tax right there, or you put it away to when you file your taxes, and then you can pay it like that, and then you get your whole piece of the pie. It's an idea. But anyway, here's the thing. Like right now, Ethereum is really hot, and that's great. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's a neat idea. I don't really even understand the idea. I know it's a virtual computer. It was never intended to be a monetary, a money system. It was not intended to replace Bitcoin. It's a virtual computer so that people can do something. I don't know. But a lot of these people, neither do the people who are investing in it. Nobody understands Bitcoin, let alone Ethereum. But that's beside the point. But here's something interesting. Now, I've seen this happen. Things will jump above the price of Litecoin. And I've been watching this for a few years. And it'll be the hot thing for a minute, and then it falls down. And Litecoin is like steady Eddie, man. It's right. It's number 2 or number 3. And I'm looking at Ethereum just the same way. And this is a prime example. Ripple was number 2 and Litecoin was number 3. And much like Ethereum, you had, I don't understand it fully. And see, that's another thing. I don't want to invest in something I don't understand at least a good grasp on. And Litecoin is very similar to Bitcoin. It's basically just, it's all, I look at it as a hot rod. You go to your car, you go buy your Mustang or whatever it is that you like, and you put on, you take the mufflers off, and you put this on, you get a new air intake, put performance parts on it, and you tweak it just a little bit, make it a little bit better. And you don't try and reinvent the wheel, and turn it into a Lamborghini, but you just, it comes out way up here, and then you just kind of take it off the chart a little bit, so you tweak it a little bit. And that's kind of what Charlie Lee did when he did Litecoin. He didn't try and make it, he didn't come with a completely new philosophy like Dash did. Dash is trying to be on the down low. Well, some people don't care about being on the down low. One of the things about Bitcoin and Litecoin is it's a ledger that you can look at. People, you can there's, you don't want to hide everything. So, Dash is cool if you're, want to be, if you don't want to know anybody to know what's going on. But from my understanding, you can build those type of things on top of Bitcoin and Litecoin so that they can be anonymous and you can use that too. So just because it's not here yet doesn't mean it ain't coming. But I looked up Ripple. Ripple was number 2. It was Bitcoin, Ripple, and then Litecoin for a long time. And, and I just looked it up. Ripple is worth less than a penny now. It had a board, and I mean, it was the hot thing, just like Ethereum is right now. And I guess one of the people who bought, I don't know if they had a pre-sale or a pre-mine like Ethereum did, but Ripple had something to where the CEO had a bunch of them, and he made an announcement, I guess, that he's selling all of his Ripple, and it just wham, slammed it down to the ground, and it's worth nothing now. And who knows? People may come to understand that Joseph Lubin of Ethereum is tied in with Wall Street and Goldman Sachs. He used to work for Goldman Sachs. He was a hedge fund manager. So, he's not going down to Papa Joe's and throwing back in old Milwaukee with the guys that just come off the river, commercial fishermen, He's not hanging out with those guys. He's hanging out at the nicest clubs, or whatever. And I mean, I'm not saying, I don't know who the guy is. Probably a good guy. I'm not bashing him or anything, but he's hanging around people from Goldman Sachs, and, bankers and hedge fund managers and his, clients, and they're wanting the next big thing. So, hey, yeah, well, these guys got a lot of money, so they're throwing all their money at it. They don't understand. You can't tell me they know what the heck Ethereum is or what it's going to do. I mean, it's not like there's a huge demand for smart contracts. And these smart contracts can be done on the Bitcoin and Litecoin things, And I've listened to the guys from Ethereum, and they like it because it's easier. It's easier to program. Now, call me a redneck, and you'd probably be right. That don't mean racist and all that stuff. What that means is you work out in the sun, you work hard, you work. Yeah, it may be a lot easier to build your programs on Ethereum, but sometimes the harder way to go about it is better. And so maybe Bitcoin is archaic in your mind, talking to the people who I don't remember the guy that I heard say that. It's like, I could program it, I could do this stuff on Bitcoin, but it's just so much easier on Ethereum. Well, as for me and my dollars, I don't necessarily care if it's easier for you. I don't care if you can get your job done in an hour or whatever, work. And work for something that's enduring. These big banks, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, U.S. Bank, whatever. Those people that send you the bills, those people that produce nothing but debt for you to be a slave to. These are the ones investing in that have pulled that price up of Ethereum.